Hello guys, welcome to next video of this playlist Python for beginners. In this playlist, currently we are exploring data science for beginners, where I am teaching you how to deal with Excel or CSV files using Jupyter Notebook. So let's continue this journey of exploration of data science. For that, let's move to our destination folder. So this is the destination folder as you can see. Now I will open CMD in this folder so that I can open Jupyter Notebook by typing command in Jupyter. And I now use the same dataset that we have used in last video for your simplicity and understanding purpose. Now let's open Python 3. So this is new Jupyter Notebook. Now let's give a name to this notebook. In this video we will be dealing with columns. So I will simply give the name as columns. And now let's import one basic library which is Pandas. So I will simply type import Pandas as PD. Now let's import the Excel file that we used in last video. So for that I will simply type df is equal to pd.read_excel and .csv. After that inverted commas, and I will simply hit tab button to see the options. So the name of that file was sample, so I will simply hit S, and the answer is in front of me, so I will simply select it. And after that let's print df.head to check the top 5 values. So the dataset is this much only, as you can see. It has only 5 records. Now let's move ahead. So the first attribute related to column is that we can rename the specific columns. So if you wish to rename a specific column, you can simply write df is a variable name and just write rename. You can also hit tab after typing 2-3 characters and circular brackets, then simply write columns equal to, and just pass here old column and new column name. So let's say I want to change the name of this first column, which is name. So I will simply type here name, and this renaming column is case sensitive, so ensure that you write the correct name. And let's add new name, which is let's say first space name, and just make in place equal to true, so that the effect will be get on df variable, or in short changes will be get saved in df variable. And if I print let's say df, then the column name will be changed from name to first name, as you can see. So this was the use of rename method, as you can see. Now let's move ahead. Now the next part is, if you want to select only specific columns from a list of columns, so you can simply do that by typing select or any variable name, then simply type name of your variable in which your entire data is present, which is df in that case. Normally the values get stored in DataFrame, and DataFrame is of 2D matrix. So you have to write 2 square brackets, and after that simply write the name of the columns. So in our case we will write the column name as first name. Also remember the column name is case sensitive, so just write the column name very carefully. Next is age, so this much is okay. After that I will simply print there select. Now the output will be 2 columns only. Oh, we are getting an error. And what's that error? So the answer is first name not in index. So if you face such type of error, simply just copy paste this to this. And as you can see, the spelling that I have written here is wrong. That's why it was giving us error. So let's correct that. So I will simply write here st, and also we have to write here a fish name, which was this, because the new name of that column is fish name and not first name. So let's rename them once again, and it's right, we have to write here R. So the answer is correct. The next step is adding a new column to entire dataset. Before adding a new column, I would like to remove some specific data to reduce the number of records so that it will be easy for us. So As you can see, there is none value and some values are repeated. So we will be using the method that I taught in last video, which is df.draw underscore NA. This will simply drop null columns, and df.draw underscore duplicates. I hope this name is also right. Draw NA. I hope it will work without any error. And we have to write there in principle to print so that the values will get stored in this variable, which is df. So let's review the program once again, or cell once again. So the output is saved. We just check that. So currently there are only 4 records, as you can see, and they are all unique. So now let's move to the next step of adding a particular column. So if you want to add a particular column, we have to simply write variable name in which our entire dataset is present. After that, square brackets, name of the new column. So let's add a new column name as occupation. After that, just pass the values. So in our case, there are only 4 rows. So we have to pass 4 values to avoid any errors. Now let's print df once again. And as you can see, a new column has been added here, which is occupation that we just add. Now, if you want to select specific column or print the last column only, then what we can do? So if you want to print the last column, then we can simply use a basic command, which is df of columns of -1. I know it's very tricky or difficult to remember, but you will get the output in this format. There is also a special method using which you can select a specific amount of columns and also rows. So the name of that method is illoc. This illoc method is specifically made to select specific rows and specific columns from dataset. So the syntax of this illoc method is that I will just add a comment here. So this is output. Now let's try the same. So let's assume that we want to print all rows. So if you want to print all rows, just remove this text and just keep it as it is. And let's say we want to print first and second row. So I will simply write first colon second. So first to second. So it will print 2 columns. Now let's check that. Actually, it has printed 1 column because it has started from first row and ended up to first row only, because it doesn't consider 1 in Python. So if I write here 3, it will select first and second, which means second and third column, because the numbering starts here from 0. So this is column number 0, this is column number 1, this is column number 2, this is 3, and this is 4. And suppose if you want to print last column, so you can directly do like this. It will print last column only in perfect format. In this line, we have selected DataFrame as an object. Now there is another concept called as dataset as a series. Series means you can select only 1 column. So to select only 1 column, there is another way, which is just -1. So it will simply print last column, as we saw above. So this is series and this is DataFrame object. Keep that in mind. And if you want to explore more about this ILOC function, I have searched a perfect website for you all guys, which is this, related to this pointer, which is Pandas select last column of DataFrame in Python. I will just paste the link of this website in the code so that you all guys can access it. And also I will make sure that I will add this link in video description so that you all guys can view it. So in this website or web page, everything about ILOC function is given. So do explore that if you want to learn more about ILOC. So let's move to our Jupyter notebook. So this was the basic information I wanted to share with you about columns in DataFrame. So that's all for today's video. If you like this video, then don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, if you face any queries or you face errors while running this code, you can simply message me on Instagram or in comment section below. Also, the source code of today's video is available in video description. You can definitely check out that. Here comes the end of this video. Thanks for watching this video.